Hey Virgo, this is your horoscope for June 2017. Thank you for joining me. From the 24th of May, going through until the 10th of June, Venus, the planet of love and beauty and creativity, conjunct Uranus, the planet of rebellion and eccentricity, which means that the two of them sit together and they blend their energies together. They're both in Aries, and in your case, Virgo, they're in your 8th house. So you're really going to have a huge, strong desire to do things in your own unique way, to determine the way it is done, and you really want to be the boss. There's a grand trine in your chart on the 5th of June, which is fire, which is all about I want to do the things that I'm passionate about in my own way. So be aware of that. If you're someone who is employed in a company and where you really don't get a lot of say in terms of what happens, that'll frustrate you in your working life. Make sure that you do something on the side then where you are able to do something for yourself. Maybe set up a side business or a side hobby, something like that. But this energy really, it requires, or it wants you to have some control in life. It wants you to feel like this is something that I do independently and where I'm the boss and where I get to say what's what. If you have nothing like that in your life, that'll become frustrating, and you'll need to find something during this period where you are the boss, where you do get to say what goes. And that can be, it can be something you do in your spare time. It can be a hobby. It can just say, I'm going for a walk now because I feel like it. But there's going to be a strong desire to self-actualize, to be authentic to the self. And it may even be a little bit confusing. It may even be like, why am I so focused on doing things my way here at the beginning of the month? Why am I not more relaxed and easygoing? Why does it have to be so intense my way? And the reason is because Venus and Uranus sit in the 8th, and they don't feel particularly comfortable in the 8th house, and they don't want to take orders, they want to give the orders. So make sure you've got something that is yours alone, and no one gets to kind of interfere, because it'll irritate you more than it usually would. Or on the 5th of June as well, we've got Mars, the archetypal male planet, moving into the sign of Cancer, and that stays in Cancer all month. Now, the 11th house has to do with your hopes and dreams, and it also has to do with your social circle, your network, and your friendships. Each house of the zodiac is made up of 30 degrees, and when a planet is at 0 degrees, 1 degrees, or 29 degrees, those are the critical degrees. That's when they're most powerful. Mars is at 0 degrees in Cancer in your 11th house, and what that does is it'll make you feel uncomfortable. It'll make you feel that I am not fulfilling my hopes and dreams. I feel frustrated, I feel stuck, I feel like I am not living my own life the way I want to live it, and I feel like I'm taking instructions from other people all the time and I don't get to say what's what. So there's a real sense of frustration here at the beginning of the month, that it's important that you do something about this. The universe is saying, Virgo, you've got gifts, you've got talents. Stop listening to everyone else and start using your own voice, start using your own gifts and talents. Step into your power, reclaim your power, Virgo. That's what this is saying. On the 6th of June, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, moves into Taurus, and it stays in Taurus all month. Now, Venus is in your 9th house of education and travel and broadening your horizons, higher realms of knowledge, and interestingly enough, it's also at 0 degrees in Taurus. So, Venus and Taurus there, you will get so much out of traveling this month. You will absolutely adore going to new places, discovering new areas. You'll absolutely love it. You'll adore the process. Mercury is also in your ninth. Mercury is the communication planet, and it's in Taurus. The way to communicate is through earthy, practical things, through traveling, through reading books, through connecting in a real tangible way. Okay? The travel works ideally because that's something that you can do on your own, and you can say, I get to go, I get to decide where I go. That's actually the perfect activity. If you're lucky enough and you have the luxury of being able to go on holiday, I know not everyone does have that luxury, but that's something that will really inspire you, Virgo, here in June. The other things that are going to inspire you is signing up for a course to expand your practical physical skills. That's the other way to fulfill this positive energy of Venus and Mercury sitting in your ninth. So Virgo, you've got to do something that makes you feel like you're getting on with it. I'm making progress, I'm experiencing something new, or I'm learning new skills, and I'm doing something for myself. That's really the important thing that you want to do for yourself here. So it's about loving yourself and saying, I'm important in my life and I have certain things that I'm interested in. I'm going to pursue these now in June. On the 7th of June until the 21st of June, your ruler Mercury, the communication planet, moves into Gemini and it goes into your 10th house. Now, in your 10th house, you've got the Sun in Gemini, you've got your transiting midheaven in Gemini, and you've got Mercury in Gemini. That is very, very positive when it comes to your working life. You will be able to communicate effectively, to understand what's going on, and also there's potential for new projects, for new opportunities, or for new doorways in your profession to appear. So if you're employed, look at other jobs that are available within your existing company. Look at whether you're eligible for promotion. Look online and see whether you can make a lateral move to change your job so that you're taking the next step up and you're getting paid more. There's great support here this month for you in June to really make a change to your financial situation, to your money, because you've got all this positive energy sitting in your 10th, but that also trines Jupiter, the good luck planet, which sits in your 2nd house of money. Okay, so Virgo, this is a month where you can really make a lot of money, where you can create real abundance and prosperity in your working life, and at the same time you can think about what works for you and what doesn't work for you and what direction you want to move in future. So you've got those two things going on at the same time. And partially because money worries aren't going to be there, it frees you up to really start dreaming about how you see yourself in future. It's almost like you've reached a safe space where you can now decide your own future because you've got to a certain level. That stays in place until the 21st of June, okay? So from the 7th until the 21st, make sure you research and you look at other working opportunities as much as possible, because there will be opportunities which will create much more prosperity for you. And that also applies if you're a student taking on some sort of work that'll give you an income, and if you're retired, working at something that you can be paid for if you want to create extra income, or just finding something that you really enjoy and that allows you to express yourself and that takes you to the next level through the content of your work. So it's a personal promotion. I have broken through a personal barrier. On the 9th of June, we have the full moon happening in Sagittarius. I'm going to make a separate video on the full moon and the new moon. I do that every month because these are quite complex astrological events and I go into a lot more detail. But for you, Virgo, the full moon on the 9th happens in your 4th house of family. So there's a real sense of comfort and ease when it comes to being around your family and connecting with them. But also Saturn and Black Moon Lilith are sitting on top of that moon. So Saturn is about feeling restricted and Black Moon Lilith is about being repressed. So if you have a choice here in June, spending time with family, spending all month with family, or going on a trip alone, I would encourage you to go on a trip alone. You'll find that much more fun and fulfilling. Whereas if you spend a lot of time with family, they may make you feel a little bit repressed, bored, and like you're stuck and you can't be yourself, especially around the new moon. Not the new moon, the full moon on the 9th. So let's say the 8th, 9th, and 10th of June is the time to avoid kind of family situations because yes, it's familiar and comfortable, but they will make you feel stuck and like you have to repress yourself, which we don't like. None of us like that. On the 16th of June, going through all the way until the 22nd of November, Neptune goes retrograde. Neptune is the planet of dreams and aspirations, and it's in Pisces. It rules Pisces, so Neptune is very powerful and it's very, very happy in your chart. It's in the 7th house of romantic relationships. Okay, so Neptune in Pisces allows you to dream about what you want to achieve in your romantic life, to manifest what it is you want to create. And I've said this many times, but the way to manifest is to write down the type of partner that you're looking for, and then at the bottom of the list you write or something better, or what the universe wants to surprise me with, or someone beyond my wildest dreams. Because then you're opening things up to the universe and you're not saying, I only want it a specific way. You're saying, universe, you can give me something else even better. I'm willing to do that. Okay? So Neptune is a planet that is passive. It's about dreams. It's about receiving information in. It goes retrograde on this day, so it appears to be going backwards. So it's even more passive. It becomes heightened. It becomes even more intuitive, and you get a lot more intuitive energy in. On the 16th here, you've got the moon sitting right on top of that Neptune, and you've also got Chiron, the wounded healer, sitting in your 7th house of romantic relationships. So for you, Virgo, there's the potential to heal past emotional pain and letdown and disappointment by manifesting the partner that you want, listening to the guidance that comes from that manifestation work. So let's say you write the list. I want the guy or something better. And then you start getting guidance from the universe. Go out today. Go to the park at 3 o'clock. I don't know why, but you just get that message. When you get those messages, start following them up, because that's how you will meet this romantic partner. And it looks really good for you in terms of your love life around the 16th here of the month, because you've got all of those wonderful energies in your 7th house of relationships, but you also have Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, in your 5th house of romantic relationships. So there can be a really significant change to the way you feel about your emotional life. If you're single, this is perfect to meet someone. Listen to the guidance, it will help you. If you're in a relationship, it's ideal for really, really deepening your connection and really opening up emotionally and really connecting to that other person in a very meaningful way. So Virgo, you're blessed in 2 ways this month. The ability to really sort things out when it comes to work, and having this wonderful event in your relationship life, in your romantic life, that is kind of expected because you're manifesting to create it. So Neptune in your 7th, it will pick up on every thought that you've got, okay? So make sure that you're thinking positively about relationships and not negatively, and you're not focusing on the pain and or the terrible things that can happen. Draw a line under this and affirm, I am ready for a relationship, and my next relationship is going to be the relationship with the soulmate that I've been looking for, and that's going to amend past hurts that I've experienced in relationships. I open myself up, I'm ready, I'm willing, bring it on. And that's really a good way to go into this, because that's the way to use this transformative energy to transform your love life. Also on the 16th of June, we have Mars, the archetypal male principle, trining Neptune in your 7th. So Mars, remember, is a little bit frustrated there in your 11th. And that also now, when it meets Neptune, it's 120 degrees away from Neptune, and they feed into each other in a harmonious way. There will also be that frustration around relationships. So you will need emotional connection. If you're single, find ways to connect emotionally with friends or with spirituality or with this new partner that you meet. It's intimacy that you're craving around the 16th of June. Through until the 5th of July, while Mars trines Neptune, okay? So these 2 weeks, 16th of June until the 5th of July, you will want intimacy. Intimacy can be had in many ways. It's not just sex. Having lunch with someone and having a conversation is intimacy. Connecting with spirits, praying, that is intimacy, that's connection. Friends, that is connection, that is being intimate. Find ways to connect with other people. That is very important for you around this time of June. And if you don't connect, it can make you feel isolated and frustrated, more frustrated than you started out being, okay? So with Mars in Cancer here, there's the potential for you to be a little bit frustrated when it comes to work anyway and relationships. But if you don't take the action that it prescribes, if you don't follow the guidance, you just sit in your house all month and don't do anything, you will be more and more and more frustrated. I think that's understandable. I think that makes sense. On the 21st of June, we have Mercury moving into Cancer, and Mercury stays in Cancer until the 6th of July. Mercury is the communication planet, and it is your ruler. So Mercury in Cancer will make you even more emotional about your hopes and dreams now. It strengthens the ability to manifest. Make sure that you really are careful. I think the big key word for June here for you, Virgo, is maintaining a positive frame of mind, because there's a lot of energy which is helping you to manifest things into reality. If your inner landscape is super negative, you're going to manifest more negative stuff. If it's positive, you're going to create positive stuff. Now, just an example in the way I have been doing this is I had a relationship breakup a couple of weeks ago, and when I get negative thinking about that, what I do is, once I become aware that I'm thinking negatively, which is something in itself, just becoming aware of it, then I replace it with, I love myself. I love myself. And I say it out loud in my little flat here. I exchange the negative mantra for a positive mantra, and I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. I continue that until those negative thoughts have passed, and I feel more positive about myself, because those negative thoughts will pass. You know, they come in and out and they go. So discipline a little bit about the way you're thinking, because you're hugely powerful in terms of your manifestation skills in June, Virgo. So really positive only. That said though, Jupiter, the lucky planet, is in your 2nd house of money. So also think positively about money, because that will really activate Jupiter, and that will bring in even more prosperity. So you're going to have a good month money-wise here in June. On the 24th, the new moon occurs in Cancer, and that happens in your 11th house as well. So that heightens that desire to have intimacy and to be around another person and to really connect. You want to be seen and acknowledged and heard. You need to connect with another human being in some way. So not all of us are in relationships, so there are other ways of finding that connection, like I've just mentioned, and it doesn't matter what situation you're in, we can all find ways to connect with something greater than us. So if you have no friends and no partner, then you can sit down and meditate and connect with spirit, and that will fulfill that need for intimacy. So there's no excuse here. You don't have to feel frustrated. You can do something about it and you can experience that intimacy. So that's what I get for you in June. I hope it gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the Readings tab to order your reading. And what I do is I draw up your birth chart using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. That allows me to see what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, your strengths, your weaknesses, and also I put the transits and the progress charts around that to see what's coming up for you in future. So if you'd like to do that, get in touch with me. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. If you like these videos, then it is by hitting that subscribe button. It is so easy to just click that button, but it is such a huge support for me. So if you do want to support me, please subscribe, and I'll speak to you next month.